yeah, reincarnation or regeneration is, talked about in the Bible. In John chapter 9, quick precept. John chapter 9 verse 2, and his disciples. Okay, John chapter 9 verse 1. And as Yahawashi passed by, he saw a man which was blind from his birth, a man that was born blind. Verse 2, and his disciples asked him, saying, Master, who did sin, this man or his parents, that he was born blind? So they, yeah. Okay, so yeah, we need to go in that much. But for the camera's sake, they knew he was born blind, and they asked if he sinned or his parents.
Whose fault?
Yeah.
So whose fault was it?
Right, verse 3, Yahawashi answered, neither hath this man sinned nor his parents, but that the works of Yahawah should be made manifest in him.
That's what he made him see again?
Yeah.
I think when he asked them who sinned, if he sinned in his past life because he was born blind.
Yeah.
That's why they actually understand that they understood the gospel of the regeneration. In the ancient time, they were very more connected to the spiritual than today, you know?
Well, because right now everything is hidden, man. Yeah. Esau hid everything. Yeah. Esau Edom, the so-called white man, he hid everything.
Yeah. Everyone's drunk off their wine. You know, everyone has a TV in their house, and it's programmed. It's programmed. You know, it's trying to brainwash people. You know.
Yeah, it's just so like his curriculum is at a low level. You know, you go to school and you learn what algebra. You don't use it for. You don't use none of that. And even the things that he like was the credit score. You only learn that once you're after you graduate high school.
You learn it like.
Well, you should be learning, huh?
Credit scores, you don't even like that.
Yeah, you should be learning. At least you should learn how to function in his system. He doesn't teach you that.
Do their taxes, you know?
Yeah, how to do your taxes. But that's Esau Edom. That's why he's called the deceiver. That's why he's called the devil. Devil means deceiver. That's all the devil means. The devil's walking here to and fro. We see him.
Every day.
When the Bible speaks about the devil, he's talking about the so-called white man. That's the devil.
Read the last part that you're reading about the charlatan
What
riding the beast.
What
Keep
we
on
read.
reading.
That's what it means to be, literally, he's programmed to do wickedness.
Yeah.
That's a form of distracting you and deceiving you, to not teach you about things that you're actually going to need in his world. Or something as simple as, we see the horses and the carriage pass by every Friday. Something as simple as that. You're having these horses pull, big people, multiple people every Friday, like throughout the whole city, torturing 2 horses. And they're not supposed to be walking on concrete. That's bad for the animals too. He does wickedness even to the animals.
Wow.
So he's literally programmed to do wicked. And that's why he's the devil. And that's just the truth. That's not hate.
Yeah.
You know?
If I may, you got it.
Job 9:24.
Oh, beautiful.
The earth is given unto the hand of the wicked.
Yeah, flip that.
He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
Come on, you see, those are the wicked. You see, you pointed out, the wicked is those people that are in power.
Yeah.
The earth is given to the hands of the wicked. You read Malachi 1:4, it says, you brothers want to get that? Malachi 1:4. These are the wicked, those that are in power right now. Those families, you got
Rothschild.
the Rothschild, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts. Malachi 1:4, yeah.
Yeah, I got it. Okay, Malachi chapter 1 verse 4.
Well, actually, catch it from 2. It says, yeah.
Come on. Malachi chapter 1 verse 2. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord? Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. And they will call them the border of wickedness.
Yeah, the border of wickedness. So Esau,
So
Edom.
he actually says, I hate.
But did you guys tell them that the Enoch walked with God when God put life on earth? at
Wait your
first?
turn. Wait your turn.
That has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Come. Yeah.
Nothing.
Immediately. So you had a question?
No, I just thought, he said he hated something.
Yeah, he
Oh,
said
yeah.
he hated Esau. Let's read that again.
Because
Like
of his
Esau,
ways.
Jacob, like
Twin brother.
Verse
so why did
3.
he hate them?
Well, we just read Romans 9. We'll read Romans 9 again, but get Romans 9 real quick while we shot.
In Malachi 1:3, and I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness.
Yeah,
So yeah, he did say that he hated Esau.
yeah, go on.
The borderline.
Okay. Verse 4, whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call him the border of wickedness.
Yeah. So Esau, Edom is the border of wickedness. So you cross Esau's land, you're in the wicked land. He is the border of wickedness. You know, once you cross that border, you're in the realm of wickedness. If you make, that makes sense.
That is why America is called Babylon the Great, Mystery Babylon, because once you get there, it's the borderline of wicked. It's a borderline of wickedness. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You know, it's a big melting pot of evil.
It's the
Multiple different doctrines and stuff like that.
Yeah, and it's just like you said, he's just not wired to do righteous. You know, it's in his spirit. He's programmed to do evil. You know.
About Antichrist.
finish that, bridge.
Don't forget about Antichrist.
And the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. And your eyes shall see, and ye shall say, the Lord will be magnified from the border of Israel. A son honoreth his father, and a servant his
That's
master.
on it. That's on it.
You have Romans.
Romans 9, verse 11. For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of Yahawah, according to the election, might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth.
Yeah, well, come on, sorry.
That's a good example.
Romans 9, verse 11. For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of Yahawah,
Read it again.
Romans 9 and 11. For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of Yahawah according to
That the
election,
purpose of the Most High, it's His purpose.
It's his will. He's controlling everything.
according to the election, might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth.
So it's purpose according to election. You know, it's the purpose of the Most High. Once again, we're actors in His movie. We just so happen to be that righteous seed, the vessel of honor, and He created a vessel of dishonor.
Psalms 58 and 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. So ever since this guy showed up, he came, tried to distract us, smoking his things, now coming, saying that what we're reading is false. It was just sowing seeds of confusion, discord, you know?
And he couldn't even wait his turn to be dealt with.
That's what it says. They go astray from the womb. They speaking lies, you know? You can't even show how the wicked are, Esau, Edom, they're the borderline of wickedness. So, yeah.
No, go ahead.
The book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 7. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon. And the dragon fought and his angels. It's talking about the dragon. It's talking about Esau, Edom. When it says they fought in the heaven, remember we spoke about this three concepts of heaven? So when it says they're going to have, when they fought against the dragon in the heaven, it's the word they're going to have it's the word they're going to have while the destruction is happening on earth. The chariots are going to come and destroy things, as well as the missiles. The missiles are going to come, but simultaneously there's going to be a war in heaven. Esau, Edom is going to fight as well, you know, because he knows he's going to fight. Yeah.
Why is heaven going to be quiet for half an hour?
They have you see the U.S. they have a space force. You know, when the Yahawashi is going to come back from the sky, they're actually going to, even if they're going to be afraid, they're still going to have the pride to go fight him. You know?
know that he's gonna lose, and still when I try to fight.
Book of
Yeah, I have to go now.
yeah, sure. It was a
What
pleasure.
you guys in here on Monday?
Yeah.
Oh, you're on Monday. No, I'm working Monday. No.
Let me finish this verse. It says, verse 8, and prevail not, neither.
Who are you guys here on Monday?
Five.
He wants me to bring him on Monday, but I have to work, so I guess I'll just drop him off.
It says here, and prevail not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. So that's when they're going to be abased. That's when the Edomites are going to be abased.
I thought that happened in the beginning, no?
That's a misconception of the Christian church, where they try to say that Lucifer is a
And that's what we're talking about.
Lucifer is a spirit, but Lucifer believes light. You know, the so-called white man right now they have the light, they're in power. So that's why they will call even YAHAWASHI is really Lucifer, because he's the light, the way, and the truth of the world. So in a sense, that thing of war and the angel born against the father, that's a big one.
Well, no. That's not what we're talking. We're talking like he was singing, like he was able to lead worship and stuff like that in church or in heaven, and then he just wanted to be more powerful, and then God kicked him out of heaven with his pinky finger, because and then that's when he took all the angels with him.
That's a big one. It's not in the book. That's just the.
Angels can't stray from their purpose.
Yeah. He has spirits for vengeance and spirits for good. You know. So the Most High is the divinity omnipotent.
So when the devil, what was the devil an angel?
Yeah, even in Job, before he even bring it up.
But didn't he fall from heaven and like take like angels with him?
Like the devil is programmed to do evil. So when he does evil, that's what he's doing.
But didn't he sing for God in heaven?
I don't believe
No,
so.
but it's a lot of like what you think. We used to think the same way too.
It's all deception.
Yeah.
It's not biblical.
They turn everything good to bad and bad to good. Like how you associate Lucifer with evil, but for me,
What you're referring to?
something big for me to accept.
Lucky, you're referring
Well, yeah,
to?
that's what I said. Like, how am I supposed to accept that?
Yeah.
Like I said, that's what I said.
The book of Psalms chapter 103 and verse 20. Bless the Lord, ye his angels that excel in strength, that do his commandments, hearkening unto the voice of his word. Bless ye the Lord, all ye his hosts, ye ministers of his that do his pleasure. So all angels have to obey the Most High, and they do what? They do his pleasure, including Satan.
Because I thought that like demons were just fallen angels.
No, so once
So who
again,
are the demons?
so there's a spiritual Satan, and he has a physical counterpart, which is Esau, Edom. He's on this earth to do the wicked.
He does the bidding of his father.
Yeah, I have a precept on that. Job chapter 1 verse 6. Now there was a day when the sons of Yahawah came to present themselves before the Most High.
The angels.
Yeah. And Satan came also among them.
So Satan came also because he's also a son of God. He's also an angel. And if he was kicked out, he wouldn't be able to go back, right?
And the Most High said unto Satan, Whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Most High and said, From going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it.
Hey! Go look her. Oh.
And the Most High said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth Yahweh?
So why would he say that to him? Like why would he say you consider him?
Because that's his job. He wants to test. So he's doing his work. He's doing his job. He came to because he was walking to and fro in the earth. So he saw Job. He saw Job. You know, you consider your servant. You know, because he's going all around.
But he doesn't, yeah, okay.
Because he wants to bring us down, you know, the people that have the understanding and knowledge of the scripture. He's roaming around any way that he can bring us down. You know, as he was saying to Peter, YAHAWASHI was talking to Peter. He said, "Pray that you may not fall into temptation, because Satan wants to sift you out. He wants to kill you." So, see? Cool. That's it on that.
Well,
Yeah, keep on.
and the Most High said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job? Verse 9. Then Satan answered the Most High and said, Doeth Job fear Yahweh for naught? Hast not thou made an hedge about him, and about his house, and about all that he hath on every side? Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance in increase in the land. But put forth thine hand now, and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face. So basically, that's basically
Spirits are acting crazy.
yeah. Satan's basically saying he fears the Most High for not or for no reason, because after all the tests that he's gonna go through, he's gonna curse him after. Basically,
Never did.
yeah.
It's just so the job for Satan is to tempt us and to just turn us away from the truth, from the word. So he was just doing his job basically. There's no Satan who's trying to go against him.
Off topic, but just on the God hates the sin, not the sinner. This is Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, chapter 12, verse 6. For the Most High hateth sinners, and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly, and keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment.
So yeah, he doesn't hate the sin, he hates the sinner. Yeah.
Doesn't hate the sin, he hates the sinner.
Well, he does hate the sin, yes.
But he hates the sinner for sinning.
Yes.
So what's the difference between like repenting? Because I was taught that like when you repent, that's when you just make a decision to like stop doing sinful things, and then obviously you're not purposely you're gonna follow them. That's when you ask for forgiveness.
Well, but repenting is basically saying, admitting to your sin, confessing your sin, and then
Okay.
not doing it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So
what
you
happens
can't
if
do
so
it.
if you do it again, you just ask for forgiveness?
Well, yes, but you still. It's like.
Because how do you live perfect?
Well, if you do it, if you repent and you do it again, you're basically back to where you started.
Oh, so I think you're repenting.
Yeah.
And so you just stop doing that sin completely. That makes more sense.
To get it away from it's like
Okay, yeah,
it
that's
says
a fast, eh?
fast and pray. It says what benefit you to touch an unclean body, then you're unclean as well. To go wash yourself and then come back and touch the unclean body again. You know, it's for nothing. So you ask for repentance if you fall, you ask for repentance again, but try your best not to commit the sin.
Okay, just quickly though, like the foods that we're allowed to eat, we studied that the other day, like a couple months ago, but like you can eat beef. I just want to know quickly.
Yes.
We can eat beef and chicken.
Yes.
Just no pork and like.
You can eat beef and chicken.
What are the things we can eat?
Okay.
Let's get
You can eat,
let's get Slakia. Leviticus 7 and 11. 7.
Yeah, but I don't understand when it talks about like the carcass and the hoof and like.
Yeah.
We,
The hoofs is like
regurgitating it.
the you know how
Horse.
you like like a cattle.
Yeah.
He has a hoof
Yeah.
like two fingers, you could say. The pork has it, divide the hoof, but he chewed the cud, so he
Oh
can't.
yeah, that means that you swallow it and bring it back up.
Yeah.
I think so.
I believe.
Because that's what we looked up, eh? Because we're like, what does it mean to do that? And then we said you swallow it, and then you bring it back up and you chew it some more and you swallow it again. So the animal's like, don't do that.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't eat those.
Yeah,
Okay.
like anything you see that doesn't have fins or scales.
Oh,
So
yeah,
we're
yeah.
allowed to eat chicken and beef, right? Because this one he's like, I'm not eating nothing, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that.
Okay.
Turkey, I think it's good too.
Oh, turkey, we can eat turkey?
Yes. Is it 11?
7.
What's your phone? Is it dead? Are you hungry?
Okay, yeah. Leviticus 11.
Leviticus 11.
From
Oh shit, I need to 7 almost 4K. Wow.
Okay, Leviticus chapter 11, verse 2. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, these are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth. Whatsoever
Yeah,
parteth
Google
the
chewed the
hoof,
cud.
the hoof, and is cloven footed, and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that shall ye eat. So
Tuna.
he has to eat, you know, he has to eat.
Thanks. Okay.
He eats everything, bro. The pork eats everything.
But yeah, like part of the hoof, like the two separate hands, and is cloven footed and chewing the cud.
What do you want?
Chew the cud. Chew
Like the
The little thing at the end,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah.
and cheweth the
want the
cud.
bread?
Like
right,
cows
chew the
chew cud. They're
The
always like
hoof,
chewing on.
that's what you're looking for?
Well,
The
no,
point
we
split
got it.
hoops?
Yeah, we got it.
The pig has split hooves and it when it does the chew the cud too.
Yeah.
When it they kind of like you know they look as if they can still eat it. And this is what they use also
To
I
chew,
think it says in
Slakia, to chew the cud is when you chew, and then you swallow it. Finally, you know?
Oh,
Yeah.
but not bring it back up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
So you
Cows.
like basically breaking down your food.
Exactly. Those you can eat. Those that chew it, not the cud, you can't eat. Like the
Like
pork.
pig.
Like
And
pork.
and snakes, obviously, they swallow everything.
yeah. Go ahead.
scavengers. You know, they eat
Yeah,
pie on the floor. Even when you crayfish, they eat tap on the floor from the other bottom of the sea.
Other animal.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is what they should toss on the side, you know?
Shrimp and crabs and lobster, you can't eat those.
Yeah. Shrimp, crab.
Yeah.
Oh, not crab?
Octopus.
No crab.
Oh, shoot, I like crab. I used to go to sushi and I used to just get the crab too. I thought we were eating.
Verse 4. Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof, as the camel, because he cheweth the cud, but divided not the hoof. He is unclean to you, so no camel. And the
That's for
brawny-
Ishmael.
Yeah, Ishmael, or Middle Eastern people.
They eat it?
Yeah. Yeah. And the Connie, because he cheweth the cud, but divided not the hoof, he is unclean to you. So, yes, picture of the Connie.
So do you guys study any other time or just this time? Like, do you guys get together and study any other time?
We mostly do get together, but we mostly study on our own. And then we come back and whatever we brought,
Oh,
it's like we bring it to the table, you know? Yeah.
You check out the channel?
yeah, I did. I checked it out. It was a light skinned guy. I only got to the first one, though, the first and second one.
Okay.
But yeah, I subscribed to all of them.
Okay, I'll
Yeah.
push to the one side.
So it breaks down to how as a teacher you have to pray because we are not under the law anymore, schoolmaster, well under the spirit of Yahawashi, beautiful. And then it's the elders, the apostles, the elders who have so much knowledge to the books, and they are influenced in archaeology and studies, and they can break down Genesis for you and all. And
So wrote it, and he wrote it.
Okay.
Verse
But
6.
how do you?
Oh, sorry. And the hair, because he cheweth the cud, but divided not the hoe, he is unclean unto you. So
Rabbits. And that's supposed to be a delicacy.
Yeah. Because most of what's nasty, the so-called white man, they push it as a luxury, or even, like the red lobster,
Yes. Everybody knows that.
It's an abomination.
Yeah. Another definition for Satan is accuser. Is he knows who we are, so he'll push for those foods and then accuse us in front of the Most High.
Oh yeah?
Like back in the slavery time, they were feeding us swine, because they knew it was unclean to us. They were force feeding it to us.
So they had no choice though, they had to eat it.
Yeah, we had no choice, but
So God knew that it's not their fault.
yeah, it wasn't our fault, but it was the fault of the.
So they're not gonna get in trouble for that though, right?
Not that. Well, all that was a punishment in itself. All that was a punishment.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
But they knew that we
They knew
didn't eat
they
that.
were
That wasn't part of our diet, so they forced it to us to even put us down.
Prison. I heard the limpo. You serve crab rolls. Yeah,
the
prison.
most I would rather us die of
Prison food.
than
That's funny you said that. I was just talking to somebody who was Muslim, like the other day, who told me that he can't eat pork, but if it's the last thing to eat, then I'm
yeah,
like,
because they don't have faith in the Most High. Because if, in our case, if we are starving and we only have pork, then we have to have faith that the Most High is going to give us something else.
and we will though.
Yeah.
He will, amen.
Yeah.
All right, he will.
this is history, okay? Where they made us eat the swine
Exactly, they don't have
flesh.
faith.
First Maccabees 1, verse 41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandments of the king. Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion, and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath.
So like, if I may, this goes into what their plan is right now as far as taking the mark of the beast. They want to form this one world order.
I heard
You know?
about that.
You
Yeah,
got
I
it.
don't know too much about that.
You got
The
it.
king hath sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah, that they should follow the strange laws of the land, and forbid burnt offerings and sacrifice and drink offerings in the temple, and that they should profane the Sabbath and festival days, and pollute the sanctuaries and holy people. Set up altars and groves, chapels of idols, and sacrifice swine flesh and unclean beasts. That they should.
We want that.
Okay, sister, as I was saying, as I was reading, for the king has sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah, that they should follow the strange laws of the land,
Unrighteous decrees.
and forbid burnt offerings and sacrifice and drink offerings in the temple, and that they should profane the Sabbath and festival days, and pollute the sanctuary and holy people, set up altars, groves, and chapels of idols, and sacrifice swine flesh and unclean beasts.
So the so-called person at that time was playing the role of Satan for by deterring us from our culture and doing all manner of wickedness.
That they should also leave their children uncircumcised and make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanation, to the end they might forget the law and change all the ordinances. And whosoever would not according to the commandments of the king, he should die.
Just chewing it.
So
Pork.
basically,
They
I would
just
not
bite and
supposed to
then
eat pork.
swallow.
They made a law that we have to eat pork.
Also that.
Clean.
Yeah.
Huh?
And to the point they want us to leave our traditions. To the point that if you don't do it,
Everything
you
in
put to death.
dirty.
That's bad. And it's nothing new because
And
now
why does it
people.
matter, like, to them?
because
That's a bad mix.
it's it goes back into
That's it?
in
That's a
in
bad
Genesis
mix.
when
What?
it
Chew
was
to swallow.
the Most High
They used to
preordained for Jacob to take the blessing. Because Jacob was the second born, but Esau was the firstborn. And as the firstborn, Esau was supposed to get all the blessing in his inheritance. But because Esau didn't want it, when Jacob took it, then that was when he wanted it, he regretted giving it up. And then,
or something.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
So Jacob, so then Jacob kind of knew what he had, but Esau just didn't care. Like he didn't know what he had.
And that's why he's a wild man. He's a beast. You know? Esau Edom. Esau Edom because he doesn't care about the spiritual aspect. You know, it's just a carnal being. You know,
Right.
everything he just wants to please his flesh now. At the moment, that's why we have fast food. That's why we have
Yeah, he's undisciplined.
undiscipline. Yeah.
He wants everything fast. You know,
He didn't even wait for
like microwave. That's Esau. You know, fast food. That's Esau.
He didn't even wait for Jacob to finish cooking.
Yeah,
He ate it raw.
yeah,
Bread.
nah.
Oh really?
Like,
That's
Yeah,
why we have
yeah.
McDonald's at every
with
corner.
Yeah,
now,
no
huh?
blood in the steak still.
Yeah, because it was red, right? It says it was red
Red
pot.
pottage.
Yeah, it's red meat.
Yeah, the blood was still. Quickly finishing.
And they still eat that now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Medium rare steaks and stuff like that. Quickly finishing the dietary laws in verse 7. And the swine, though he divides the cup and he open-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you. Of their flesh ye shall not eat, and their carcass ye shall not touch, they are unclean to you. So you can't eat or touch.
What's carcass?
Carcass like corpse. Like dead bodies.
We're not even supposed to touch the pork at the store.
Yeah,
Oh wow,
because it's
but
dead.
that's not just the one that's touching it.
Yeah.
In verse 9, these shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever hath fins and scales in the waters, in the sea, and in the rivers, that them shall ye eat. So for a fish, they have to have fins and scales for you to be able to eat that, or else you can't eat it. So crab, shrimp, and all
Thou hast praised gold, gods
and
of
all
silver
that
and gold,
have
and
not
brass, iron,
fins and
wood,
scales in the sea and in the rivers and all that move in the waters and any of the and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you. They shall be even an abomination
everything
unto
else
you.
except for
Ye shall not eat of their flesh,
That's
but ye
crazy.
shall have their carcasses in abomination. Whatsoever hath no fins nor scales in the waters, that shall be an abomination unto you. And these are they which ye shall have in abomination among the fowls. So fowls are birds. They shall not be eaten. They are an abomination. The eagle and the ossifrage and the osprey, and the vulture and the kite after his kind. So you can't eat eagle, ossifrage, osprey, and the vulture and the kite after his kind. Ossifrage. Yeah. I'll just keep on finishing. And you can go back to Leviticus 11, you'll see. Eat every raven after his kind, and the owl, and the nighthawk. These are things you can't eat. They're an abomination. And the owl, and the nighthawk, and the cow.
And the bat.
Yeah. And the hawk after its kind, and the little owl, and the cormorant, and the great owl, and the swan, and the pelican, and the deer eagle, and the stork, and the heron after her kind, and the lapwing, and the bat, and all the fowls that creep going upon all four shall be an abomination to you, unto you. So if they are yeah. Yet these may ye eat of every flying creeping thing that goeth upon all fours, which have legs above their feet to leap withal upon the earth. Even these of them ye may eat. The locust after his kind, so we can eat locusts. and the bald locust after his kind, and the beetle after his kind, and the grasshopper after his kind. But all other flying, creeping things which have 4 feet shall be an abomination unto you. So you can eat locust, beetle, and grasshopper. And for these ye shall be unclean. Whosoever touches the carcass of them shall be unclean until evening. So if you touch, the carcasses of the unclean animals, you're going to be unclean until even. Which for days it's not like the morning, the sunrise, and then the sunset. It's sunset, sundown. Like right now, similar to right now, down to sundown is one whole day.
So they're gonna have that happen.
Yeah. Even and whosoever beareth aught of the carcass of them shall wash his clothes and be unclean until evening. So if you touch you're unclean, you have to wash your clothes, and you can stay away from everyone until evening. After washing it. The carcass of every beast which divideth the hoof, and is not cloven-footed, nor cheweth the cud, are unclean unto you. Everyone that toucheth them shall be unclean. And whatsoever goeth upon his paws among all manner of beasts that go on all 4, those are unclean unto you. Whosoever their carcass shall be unclean until the evening. And he that beareth the carcass of them shall wash his clothes and be unclean until the evening. They are unclean unto you. These also shall be unclean unto you among the creeping things that creep upon the earth, the weasel and the mouse and the tortoise after his kind. So they're unclean. You can't eat the weasel, mouse, and tortoise. And the ferret and the chameleon and the lizard and the snail and the mole. These are unclean to you among all that creep. Whosoever do touch of them when they be dead shall be unclean until the evening. And upon whatsoever any of them, when they are dead, doeth fall, it shall be unclean, whether it be any vessel of wood, or raiment, or skin, or sack, whatsoever vessel it be, wherein any work is done, it must be put into water, and it shall be unclean until the evening, and so it shall be cleansed. And every earthen vessel whereinto any of them falleth, so basically, anywhere that the unclean animals touch, their carcass touches, becomes unclean. Of all meat which may be eaten, that on which such water cometh shall be unclean, and all drink that may be drunk in every such vessel shall be unclean. Nevertheless, a fountain or pit wherein there is plenty of water, shall be clean, but that which touches their carcass shall be unclean. So even like a big puddle of water, if the carcass gets into that,
water.
yeah, it contaminates.